Good morning, my peoples. We're getting some rain, much needed rain, as you all know. And then the cooler temps come in, and boy, am I ever looking forward to them. Checking on my stuff out here in the high tunnel, seeing how it's doing. Not doing too bad. We are getting some damage from, now it seems like rodents, so we're closing it up at night, especially today, guys, because of the severe weather that we may encounter. Halloween is upon us, and boy, how we like to be scared. You guys remember when they came out with those slasher films back in the 70s and 80s, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street? My gosh, I couldn't wait to get to the next theater, or get to the theater to watch the next movie, part 2, part 3, part 48, because that's about how far they go. So for some reason, our society likes to be afraid, and it's probably the whole world. Fear sometimes is good, fear sometimes is bad. And let's talk more about being afraid and fear. And I really think, guys, this needs to be discussed. I'm sorry if I offend any of you. This is not my intent. My intent is to help you guys. In fact, I feel like as a creator on YouTube, and I have 26,000, I think, subscribers, I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to be truthful with you guys, to be honest with you, and to just show you how we garden and show you how we cook. And that was our intent when we started our channel about 5 years ago. We wanted to help people learn how to grow a garden. It is kind of a lost art. And so we wanted to show how we do things, what we're able to grow here in Texas, what we've been successful with, what our failures have been, what our learning processes have been. And that's always going to be the intent of our platform. But unfortunately, we're seeing a trend where a lot of like-minded channels, where I got a lot of information from and a lot of advice from, has kind of turned to a fear-based platform. And man, fear sells. Fear sells. And I'm going to give you some examples. So, you know, the last 3 years have been very fearful for all of us. It was unexplored. We had never been that route before, even though probably some of our ancestors have, like through the Spanish flu and stuff. But it was new to us, very new to us, that we possibly were locked down. I worked remote from home for 1.5 years. We wouldn't leave the house. We couldn't see our families. We couldn't see our friends. It stirred anger in people because people were fearful to be around someone if they weren't wearing a mask. People were fearful to be around someone who hadn't been vaccinated. People were fearful to be around someone who had been vaccinated, because there were all of these stories swirling around and theories, and I'm not saying any of them are right or wrong. I'm not even going to go there. But what I am telling you is that fear sells, it divides, and it's unnecessary. It is unnecessary because there are enough things in this life for us to be concerned about than maybe half-truths, and that's what I'm seeing. So a lot of Christians say fear, the acronym, means false evidence appearing real. Guys, in many cases that's true, but there are other cases where fear is warranted and fear is needed to drive certain behaviors. And those behaviors are to prepare, or the fear of my mama's belt made me not do things that I shouldn't do. The fear of losing my job is going to cause me to either do something or not do something because I don't want to lose my job. Those are all normal, healthy fears. Just look at the haunted house. How people go every year on Halloween to the haunted houses. They love to be scared, and people that work in haunted houses love to scare people, and it's fun and it's funny and we laugh, and some of us are terrified, but we all enjoy doing that because it gives us a great adrenaline rush, and it's just a fun thing to do. So my siblings and I never abused drugs of any kind. We were fearful of them. We were fearful of our mother, who was a single mother at the time, and we were fearful of the impact it would have on us. And so those types of fears are healthy and they're good, and the good Lord gives them to us for a reason. But the Bible, the good book, says the number one fear you should have is the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, the beginning of knowledge. So fear causes some physiological changes in your body. Causes your heart rate to increase, causes your blood pressure to go up. It puts you in the fight or flight stage. It causes cortisol. A lot of us middle-aged women can tell you what that does to us. And it causes us to react irrationally at times. So on our channel, we have done some videos on preparing and prepping and maybe getting things that you might need throughout a winter or throughout a summer. We do those things because we feel in our hearts it's the right thing to do and to maybe give you ideas. Many of you have given us ideas as well, but we just want to give you some ideas on where we're at. Now guys, we're not psychologists, we're not financial advisors, we're not law enforcement. We are just everyday average people just like you, and we love to share our ideas, and we love to hear you share your ideas and see your comments below on what you're doing for trying times, because indeed we are in trying times. But do we need a steady diet of buy this now before it's too late? Get this before you can't get it? And I know I'm ticking off some people right now. And honestly, guys, that's not my intent. I'm not trying to upset anyone. I'm trying to convey to my community where we stand on all of these world situations and what's going on, because I know some of you want to hear our thoughts on what's happening, but we want to give you direction as far as what we're doing, but I don't want to spoon feed you a steady diet of world events. We will do videos on extreme weather events, like during our ice apocalypse and during our winter storms and our severe storms, because those are interesting. I know that a lot of people like to see weather-related videos, and I'm one of them. I love to watch weather-related videos. I have been a weather watcher since I was about 12 years old, and in fact used to be a weather watcher for the Fort Worth Star-Telegram and for NBC 5. Channel 5 here in the DFW area, and CBS 11. So I do those videos for weather enthusiasts and for people just to see what's going on in our neck of the woods. Do you need to buy silver? Do you need to buy gold? Do you need to have a well-stocked pantry? Yes, you always need to have a well-stocked pantry, and that just goes in case you have any kind of financial difficulty, by the loss of a job, a weather event, which we seem to have a lot of. The events that have happened over the last 3 years, yes, you should always have a well-stocked pantry. I've never been a go to the grocery store every day kind of gal to make dinner and find out what I'm going to make dinner. I always have things on hand so that I can whip up anything for my family. But that, for me, that just gives me peace of mind, just knowing I'm not going to have to go to the grocery store every day. Gives me peace of mind knowing that if I have somebody drop in, that I have something to make and I can whip something up really quick. So there's lots of reasons to have a well-stocked pantry. And for me, it's convenience. It's a convenience factor, and it also helps us save money if I'm able to buy something a little bit bigger and make a couple of meals out of it. So yeah, there's lots of reasons to have a well-stocked pantry. I don't know if you guys ever saw that expose they did probably about 10 years ago. There was a hurricane that was supposed to hit the East Coast, and it was coming for them, and people were at all the home improvement stores, and they were buying, of course, plywood and generators and bottled water and food and fuel, which you should do, really. If you have a hurricane coming for you, you really should get all of those things and prepare. But what they were saying is that they felt like there was some intention behind it, because the hurricane didn't hit the East Coast. It went up to the north and went back to the northeast and didn't hit, and they were talking about the boost the economy got from that scare and that fear that people had. So honestly, guys, if I lived on the East Coast or anywhere where there might be a hurricane, I would already have a generator. I would already have fuel supplies. I would already have things that I needed, and I would probably have those at all times. In fact, we keep propane here. We do have a generator. We do keep gasoline. These are all things that we keep here in the event our electricity goes off, which could be for any reason at all. It could be a severe thunderstorm. In fact, yesterday we had very high winds, and twice the electricity flickered. So just very easily, even on a clear day, the electricity could go out by either power lines blown down or an accident, anything like that. But we also keep it in case we have a winter storm, especially in the winter, and just for reasons like that. Did we start our garden because we were anticipating not being able to go to the grocery store and get food? No, we started our garden because we love to garden, and we love to eat our own fresh, healthy food, and we love to can and eat something that we did. It's just healthy for us, it's cheaper for us in the long run, and that's why we started a garden. We did not start a garden because we felt like the end of the world was coming. But if you did think the end of the world was coming and that's why you started gardening, that's okay, because you do need to have a garden just for your own healthy food again, and for your own selection, and it's enjoyable, and it's a good thing for family to do. But I'm just trying to show you how fear provokes us to do things that we would not normally do, or makes us react in ways that we would not normally react. Back when we were having to wear the mask, I can't tell you, I think I did tell you in one of my videos, there was a mask rage, and I had on my mask. There was a little old man who had on his mask, and then there was a man who did not have a mask on, who walked up to grab some meat next to this little old man, and this little old man started screaming at the top of his lungs about the man not being 6 feet away from him and how he didn't have on a mask. And instantly I thought, we've gone crazy. We've gone insane. By all means, wear your mask. In fact, if things ramp up, I'll start wearing my mask back in the grocery stores. I'll have Pop wear his mask in the grocery stores. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to transmit anything to anyone, and I don't want anyone to transmit anything to me. But guys, I'm not going to act like a lunatic. And that is what the last 2 or 3 years have done to us. And we have plenty of reason to fear. I lost my mother. I lost my dad. His wife of 50 years. We had to move Pop out here, which we're so glad he's out here with us. So many changes that got prompted by the last 3 years. But we kept on moving. We're not doing anything out of fear. We're doing everything praying, asking the Lord for direction, just preparing for normal everyday things. Yes, something big could come, but we're as prepared as we can be, and that's all we can do. Fear can be healthy. It can give you the direction that you need to go in. It can give you the energy to do it, the adrenaline to do it, the fight or flight, but it can also damage you if that's all you're doing, is giving yourself a steady diet of fear, of wondering what's going to happen. We like to be afraid, don't we? All you have to do is look at the numbers. Go see whenever a new horror film is released, roller coaster rides, haunted houses. We like to be afraid, but guys, you need to keep it healthy. Keep the fear healthy. Look, you thought I was lying. I am. Halfway there, guys, halfway there. Fear is a form of manipulation. It can manipulate you to act positively, or it can manipulate you to act negatively. We're all guilty of it. In fact, when I talk to my daughter and stuff about driving at night, about going places, I try to instill fear in her because I am worried about her being out and about. But that is a form of manipulation, to try to make her do what I want her to do, to make me feel better, or to try to make her just understand the dangers out there and try to get her to react how I want her to react. So our channel is not doing as well as a lot of the other channels are, and we get it, but guys, we're just not going to do that. We're just not going to do that. And it appears that the interest in gardening and stuff like that has kind of faltered a little bit since we've pulled through these last 3 years, but we're going to keep doing that because we enjoy that and we love our community. Again, we started to show you how to grow, but now I'm going to keep on going because I communicate with all of you and I love to read your comments and I love the community that we have and I love each and every one of you. So even though the channel seems to be faltering, and it is, go back and look, we don't care. We're going to keep on doing this because I love hearing from you. I loved talking with you guys. And it's a great experience for us. And so being a contributor to YouTube and a creator, which I don't consider us a creator. Again, I consider us a community. It's really a great experience. And we have met so many wonderful people through this channel. And we're hoping to meet many more. So if you want to learn how to garden and you want to learn some of our tips of the trade and some of our cooking things and what we do here in the South and how we cook our food and some of our yummy recipes, then be sure and hit that subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you guys. Thank you for your support. We love you. Keep watching us. And I'm going to start on my hamburger casserole and skillet dishes this week. I might make a playlist on them. I'm not sure yet. Woo, my allergies are getting me. But anyway, God bless you all. We love you. And just remember that we have a responsibility to you guys. And the last thing I want to do is cause you to go into a fight or flight, fear, trigger mode. And I'm not going to do that. Love you. See you soon. Hope you like this video. Take care. God bless.